Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age 2.
I kind of like the Qunari. You always know what they
Let's
want.
go get on to what the
Absolutely nothing.
Viscount asked us to do,
All are forbidden.
which was go see what the air shop wanted.
Sarah Hawk.
Well?
Last we met, I did not know your name. Did not care to. You have changed your fortune over the years. The Qunari have not. I offer a courtesy, Hawk. Someone has stolen what he thinks is the formula for Gatlock. You will want to hunt him.
I got next to nothing from our last deal. Solve your own problem.
Thousands will die. The stolen formula was a decoy. Sarkamek, a poison gas, not explosives. A small amount is dangerous enough to your kind, but if made in quantity, perhaps by someone intending to sell it.
That merchant, Javaris.
Would he be
A
cautious?
fruity door
Or would he assume
with the
success
ambitions
and
above
make
the
enough
station.
to threaten a district?
Great.
A courtesy, Hawk. You will want to hunt him.
So, how dangerous does this fake mixture become?
It is not a threat to Qunari. For your kind, it is as dangerous as those who breathe it.
Explain.
The gas kills, but first it turns allies against their own in blind rage. So, the greater the skill of those sent against us, the more dangerous they become to their own people.
Turning thieves into monsters.
It is no longer our problem.
I barely spoke to you 3 years ago.
I think it actually
Why
still
give me
is
this
their
warning?
problem,
You are capable.
but they don't
But I have
care
yet to
because the
decide if
Cume
you are
doesn't tell
capable
them
of
to.
understanding. Save your streets from this fool dwarf. Then we will talk.
So, you just leave the decoy laying around?
We did not make it easy. 3 Qunari died defending it. Enough to impart a sense of worth. If the real formula were at risk, the Cume would demand that we protect it to the last of us.
It took Javaris long enough to come up with this. Are you sure it was him?
Others have asked for the Gatlock, but only he chose to delude himself beyond know. Is 3 years so long to a hateful fool? I have no way of understanding such weakness. His crime seems obvious. Further evidence could be the deaths of many. I wouldn't wait.
Any idea where we can find Javaris?
I heard about a sell-off. Merchant territories and such. They don't do that unless someone left in a hurry. I'd have figured he'd root some noble. He's sure not a burglar.
Just tell me where he is.
I haven't kept up on the squirt. Ask the coterie.
Panahedon, Hawk. It will be interesting to see if you die.
Well. That's off to the only place the coterie happens to be found easily. Lowtown.
The Starkhaven called for its lost prince, Sebastian. Would you give up
Well,
if the
not
city
Lowtown,
has moved
Darktown.
on?
Like Ferelden moved on after Kayla.
You've been reading.
It's a good tale. King Alistair is particularly inspiring. But I doubt that's how you see me. I don't intend to let anyone die restoring me to my place, Aveline. The risks are mine. And that will have to satisfy.
It was well said. I give you that. We'll see.
Turn up your purses, Kurtwall. The leases of Javaris Tintop are up for grabs.
You're selling the assets of Javaris Tintop?
We are. Limited districts, limited contracts. Keeps territory clear and separate from the start. He had a meager lot, but he skipped with dues outstanding. So up it goes.
I need to find Javaris now. Where's he hiding?
Scary. Anyone else I'd jump to their defense. Unless they owed me, like he does. Javaris left in a hurry. I'd put him at Smuggler's Cut if he's avoiding patrols. It empties at a cave outside town. Tell him I said, don't come back.
Not the trail I'd expect from a master thief.
Wow.
Just saying.
Turn up your purses,
I guess we'll just
the leases of Javaris
hop through the tunnels and catch them outside of town. It's a bit strange if she knows where he is, owes money, but doesn't, you know, send anyone after him. Instead, just start selling off his property. It's a little bit strange considering the group she works for. They don't take lightly to not paying their debts. A bit strange. But anyway, outside of town, right, well, in the caves, we find the usual fare of Dwarven coterie people, all with a pretty healthy defense. But being as we're in a cave, no cave can truly be complete without dead ends and spiders. Or really, this is more of an optional thing that you can do, which doesn't actually help you at all, because, as we'll demonstrate in a moment, stepping on that white pad just off to the right of us spouts fire, but it also automatically causes the coterie people to run all the way over to you, so it's pointless, really. But that was a dead end, so over here on the proper path again, which is one of the only two paths in the cave, we're able to, one, see how these doors work, which is apparently sliding upwards, and two, actually are able to push in and see a little bit more of a, well, just how certain things work, like the coterie thugs and everything being inside the cave. Story-wise, this would probably be because of the fact that, one, Jarvis ran and still has the coterie stuff, so they're going after him. But based off everything, at least through other bits of information, is the coterie is, while being mostly dwarves, do hold other races inside and more or less have other agents that are of the various races, except maybe Grenari. Maybe, who knows? But most of their attack forces are dwarves, which is odd in particular for the main fact of the person you're sending them after would be expecting that. And then we run into mercenaries instead of coterie people, and then a mixture of both. And this would probably be because the of Jarvis is hired to protect him. That doesn't seem like the best thing to do against us, because it just makes more dead people. But an annoying fight pulls you across the cave there. And it's just not too many people, but it just how it drags you further away from the exit was annoying. So let's cut to outside where we get to one more little fight here. So, one more fight, then we meet up with Jarvis and hopefully we can figure out this whole deal where this poison gas is.
Quit your blubbering, dwarf.
You? Granny's garters, she would hire you. I can't buy a break on discount. You know what? Go ahead. Take my head and pike it back to that sodding elf. I need the rest.
You brought this on yourself. Who else would steal their powder?
Wait. You're tracking for the Qunari? Then she did it. That elf got them after me for nothing. Bitch born.
Him being our man would be a trifle too easy.
Look, I'm minding business, same old. And out of the blue, some elf tries to kill me. Says she's got the Qunari powder and I'm her cover. I slipped her, hired some bodyguards, and ran for it. And now you're here. Great.
You always were a good liar.
Let me ask you something. Are you exploding? Well, then I probably don't have the sodding powder, do I? Here. Want to drag Dark into light? I had a man follow her. The elf's in Lowtown. I just want to get out with my dead guards. Thanks for that.
Well,
You and I are done.
Good and
our
good.
dagger hasn't
Thanks to
gotten
you,
any
I've
work
got a
in
lot
a
of
minute,
dead gear to
so
haul. Sodding dog
we
lord
have to
Rotor.
show it some affection.
He bothered me.
And no one likes us doing that.
All of you, I can't fight
Over
it
in
down
Lowtown.
here. You want to live, stay out.
What's going on, Mason?
Guard captain, there's... I can't even describe.
This does sound
On your
like
time,
the
son.
stuff
Reports
the
of some
Qunari
haze with a stench of rust
were talking
throw
about.
up. There was a cloud, then a lingering mist. Anyone caught in the cloud just went mad. Then the others just wretched themselves dead.
All right, keep your post. We'll take it from here. He's a good man. Trust that it's as bad as he says.
Madness, then lingering death. I suppose this qualifies as dangerous.
We missed the initial cloud. We'll be sane when we vomit up our guts.
That's quite the joke, Aveline. Didn't think you'd actually be able to make those.
My throat burns. We must find the source.
And here's the summary of what you're supposed to do here. Steal matches, show up on the ground after you kill certain people, and you use them to close the barrels. Otherwise, it is just a continuous fight, more or less. But the amount of people that spawn for it is ridiculous for each barrel. So, I'm not going to have you sit through all of that. And this is essentially here the main issue. He dropped the latch under himself. That happens on all of them.
You, elf. Is this your doing?
Is that Sirrah Hawk? You have enemies. I'm glad it's you, really.
We don't have many enemies because we tend to kill most of them.
You are a much better target.
Explain yourself, now.
Qunari take my people. My siblings forget their culture, then go to the Qun for purpose. We're losing them twice. So I get some help from your people. We'll take the Qunari thunder, make some accidents, and make them hate it. But this is all wrong.
Only one thing to do with a
She
mad
does
dog.
not look too
It can still
well.
work. They're hidden in your city. They'll enrage the faithful and make sure the Kunari are blamed. Me, I'm finished. I just need a few more bodies. A few more.
Yeah, she seems a bit out of it, to say the least. But we have also seemed to found the main perpetrator of stealing of the powder, which wasn't really powder, it was poison. And then this whole mess. It really doesn't help out that, for one, the Kunari could have stopped this, but they didn't. They just kind of blamed it all on poor management.
The Arashok was right and wrong. You'll need to know about
But
this.
with them all being dead, cutting out the looting, to go talk to the Arashok.
So, I was wrong about our thief.
Very.
They say we were careless with our trap, that this is our fault. But even without the Sarkamek, there would have been death. This elf was determined to lay blame at our feet. Selfishness, want, denial. How do you allow this to continue?
Most of Kirkwall hates you as much as you hate being here.
Since we arrived, I have seen nothing but greed and weakness. Dwarves, humans, elves, just festering. No order, no goal. You are one of the few I have met with any ability. And yet this too was random, a result of selfishness. I cannot fathom how a mire like this can be justified. We are hated? How do you not hate yourselves and this chaos?
I agree. It's a mess.
But you don't see that as a problem?
I see it as an opportunity, and I intend to take full advantage.
Karisten are soldiers. The Qun made it so. They can never vary from that assigned path, never be other than they are meant to be. But they are free to choose within that role, to accept and succeed, or deny and die.
That's not a
Glory is
choice.
clear and
That's
defined.
an
It is
ultimatum.
Undeniable certainty. What full advantage can you take without that authority?
Have you come here to proselytize? To convert?
No. Foundering here was unexpected. I have purpose other than watching you rot. Your kind may force our role to change, if the Qun demands.
That weak elf made a good effort at using your own weapon against you.
We have but one weapon. The certainty of the Qun. It cannot be used against us. And it doesn't matter. I am not here to fight. I am here to satisfy a demand you cannot understand.
And when will that be?
It will take as long as needed. No ship is coming. There is no rescue from duty to the Qun. I am stuck here.
You keep going on about that, but never say anything.
Should I argue the wind? Very well. Filth stole from us. Not now, not the Sarkamek. Years ago. A simple act of greed has bound me. We are all denied Parvolin until I alone recover what was lost under my command. That is why this elf and her shadows are unimportant. That is why I do not simply walk from this pustule of a city. Fixing your mess is not the demand of the Qun, and you should all be grateful!
Someone sounds upset.
Thank you, human, for your service. Leave.
That's an Oxman ready to charge. The Viscount should
We'll
know.
do that next time.